Hey, it's me. Welcome back to my channel. It is day 5 in Ghana and day 2 in the Volta region. I'll explain to you exactly where I am in this video. I'm going to be here all weekend, so I'll compress it into this short video to give you an idea of what it's like in the Volta region. So this is my dad's village of Botoku. It is absolutely tiny and there is only reception for one telephone carrier. Half my friends legit thought I was dead. It's all long, but it's a very cute village. There's traces of my family everywhere. This is my step grandmother's pharmacy, which I thought was pretty cool. The road leading up to my dad's or my granddad's house is called Jamestown because my granddad was famously known as JBK Dankwa, James Bumekbo Kweku Dankwa. So this whole area is known as Jamestown. And if you're wondering why I'm not keeping the camera still, it's not up to me. The roads are truly heinous, truly awful. It's quite funny actually, but yeah, this is what it's like in my dad's village. And this is my grandfather's house, Jamestown. My whole entire family descended upon Jamestown, so we stayed in our cousin's house, and I will show you what that is like. So this is one of the family homes that we stayed in. It is absolutely gorgeous. This is the dining room table and the lounge, as you can see, coming up as well. I absolutely love the floors. It makes it so easy to clean. The dirt just sweeps off, which is perfect. And the aircon we literally had on 24/7 because it is so hot. It is literally crazy hot. But we spent a lot of time together. As a photo of me and my cousins on my dad's side. I met a few of them for the first time, so we spent a lot of time together catching up, just talking. I spent even more time with my cousins on my mom's side because we all grew up together. I remember growing up in my grandmother's house. We were always together. We even went to school together. So there was a lot to catch up on. There was a lot of talks at this dinner table. There was a lot of laughs the whole weekend. It was fantastic. There are 3 new additions to my cousins on my mother's side. There is Valerie, who goes by her Ewe name Sefako. She's literally so naughty. I absolutely love her. There is also Grace, who goes by her Krobo name Naki, and then Gideon as well. So my cousin's husband is Krobo, which is why Grace has the name Na. It's a very common Krobo name. I might do a whole video on different ethnic groups in Ghana, the languages they speak, the names they have, because they are very, very interesting. Most of my family is from the Volta region. We speak Ewe, so my Ewe name is Emefa, and even the day names are spelt differently and pronounced differently based on the regions as well. So my sister was born on a Wednesday, and in Ewe is Akua, and in Chi is Ikuya, but it's spelled exactly the same. So we're back to my dad's village in the property that we stayed in. As you can see, it is massive. A lot of African homes are shaped like that so they can host different events. My cousin got married in my nan's house, for example. It's huge. I didn't get any footage of it in the day, but this is what it was like in the evening. So this is what it looked like outside of the gates. A lot of greenery. It's just absolutely beautiful. My only complaint was that it's a few insects, but my biggest complaint was that there was no reception. There is reception for one telephone network in the whole village, and because of the weather, even that wasn't working. I got a chance to tell a few of my friends that I was going to be in the village and there wasn't going to be a reception, but half my friends legit thought I was dead. The fact that there was no reception was not the end of the world. I was pretty preoccupied over the weekend. However, I hopped in the car to go pick up my auntie in the next village just so I can get some reception, because at one point I couldn't take it anymore. I just had to let people know that I'm not ignoring them. It's just because I have no reception. But me personally, I was fine. We went to Kpando twice to pick up my auntie and to drop her off. Once in the evening. I didn't get much footage of that, but it was absolutely lovely. Her hotel was absolutely beautiful. It's the first time I've been to Kpando. It's quite a nice town, so I quite liked it, and I got reception for a bit as well, so I was happy. So we made a pit stop in Hohoe. It is my absolute favorite town in the Volta region because it's where I spent a lot of my childhood. It's where I lived with my grandmother while my parents were in the UK. I absolutely love this town. I tried to remember some of the places. Some of them were quite familiar. Some of it I didn't remember at all. We went on a bit of a wander to find our old primary school and things like that. We also stumbled upon a guy making some kente cloth, which was really cool as well. I've seen it done a few times before, but this was really nice. So we went to go visit my grandmother's house. It was absolutely lovely to be back there again. It was so nostalgic. The upkeep on the house has not been great, but I do digress. My grandmother was so proud of that house. She had her 75th birthday party there. In this photo that coming up is her, my auntie Stella and my uncle Peter. Oh, I am in the photo that you see, but I'm not going to tell you which one I am. The house seemed a lot bigger when I was younger, but it's a pretty big house. It is designed to be a family house, so the main bits are 2 3-bedroom houses. Next to either side is a 2-bedroom house, and then there's a 1-bed that my nan lets as well. There's another bit which has got some other rooms as well, but all of my mum's siblings have their own section. Growing up, there was a lot of greenery, a lot of trees, a lot of grass. The upkeep, like I say, not excellent, but I digress. But my grandmother was pretty amazing. She was one of the best people I've ever met. That's her on her 75th birthday with my cousin Kezia and her friend. We just called her Sukuto in the blue. So before we left the Volta region, we went to my grandmother's town of Teteman. She was buried there about 5 or 6 years ago. I hadn't been there in at least 19 years or something like that. And as far as I remember, it was a very steep incline. There was quite a drive to get to the top of the village. And I remember being quite scared growing up. But there's a lot more trees on the side, so it's not as scary. And it's starting to level up a bit as well. But you go so high up, you're basically touching the clouds. It is so high up. So when my mum was growing up, there was no village down below. It was just in the top. But now they have started to settle down the hill as well. So once you get all the way up to where the church is, you can see all the buildings down, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This building right here is my grandmother's house. My grandmother had a house in Kute as well, and also Karachi, and this is her house in Teteman. As a kid, I remember being absolutely petrified because the house was built quite high up on pillars, and driving there as well. Maybe it's because I was a kid, it looked scary, but the slope from where we stood to where the house is was a lot worse as a kid. But the views are absolutely breathtaking. Absolutely stunning. My phone does not nearly do it enough justice. But yeah, that is basically my blog of the Volta region. We are now headed back to Accra, which I am so excited about. So be sure to catch my next video, which will document the rest of my trip in Ghana. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more.